Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. H22, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well out there. But yeah, guys, this is probably going to be one of my most controversial videos, but I'm well known for that. I've been pissing people off on the internet for almost as long as my channel has been up, so this is nothing different for me, but this is also going to be one of my most interesting videos, and I put a lot of work into this video, so before you go into the comments to trash talk me or just be rude and, just do all that usual stuff that haters would do, just give me a chance and just listen to me before you actually do it. If you still disagree with me, then feel free to trash talk or say whatever you want in the comments. I could give two shits about it, but, just give me a chance, okay? Now we all know about Outlast. If you're a horror fan, you know about Outlast. It's been described as one of the scariest and one of the best horror games ever made besides Amnesia and Resident Evil 4 and all that stuff. It's Outlast is described as a classic. And even after what I'm about to say, I don't know why. I don't think I'll ever know why. This is just one of those things that I myself and probably the rest of the world will never know, but I still love this game to death. I love Outlast so much, even though I also hate it. Like this game just has so many things it just pisses me off. There's so many things about this game that piss me off, but I still just find myself coming back to it and enjoying it, even though I also hate it. It's kind of like Batman and the Joker. We all know that Batman and Joker are secretly in love with each other, even though they kill each other all the time. That's what it's like with this fucking game because I love this game so much, but at the same time, I can't stand it. And in this video, that's what this video is about. I am basically going to be describing why Outlast kind of sucks, but why I also still love the game. Now, in order for you guys to actually understand why I hate this game, we have to go back to Amnesia: The Dark Descent. We all know about this game, and I feel and I have nothing against Amnesia, but I feel like Amnesia kind of started a really bad trend with the whole "you can't fight back" bullshit. We all know what this is. It's the whole thing it's the whole thing with horror games where you're completely defenseless and all you can do is just run away and hide. They say this is what a walking simulator is. Personally, I disagree because usually in walking simulators, nothing chases you at all. It's merely just psychological type horror, like Layers of Fear and Blair Witch and Observer. Like in those games, nothing chases you. It's completely just you walking around and the game just fucking with your head, and you're just seeing scary shit and you just solve puzzles. But with survival horror, I really do not like this feature with survival horror, with the whole "you can't fight back" thing. Now, here's how I see it. Now, in a game like Layers of Fear, where nothing chases you, and the only where the game's scare factor comes from is just scary imagery or just scary things happening to the player, but not actually to it's okay for scary things to be happening around the player and the player experiencing scary stuff, but not scary things actually happening to the player. That's where the whole "you can't fight back" thing, it fits with those kind of things. Like Layers of Fear. We all know Layers of Fear, right? Great game, but it kind of has its own problems. But Layers of Fear, we all know Layers of Fear, or Observer, or just think of any walking simulator horror game where you don't get chased at all. Nothing chases you. Okay, it makes sense to have the whole "you can't fight back" thing. Okay, it makes sense for a game like that. But for a survival horror game, I really don't think it fits. And the reason for that is because here's the thing. If you're in a survival situation, right? Like if you're in a situation where something is trying to kill you, there's this thing called the fight or flight response, and it's basically where our bodies or our minds or whatever just happen to their peak performance, and we just go we become super strong. Like we get this unexpected energy, and we could run really fast. I'm not gonna explain this shit. We all know what the fight or flight response is. Look it up if you don't know. I'm not gonna explain this shit. Okay, it's just something that happens to us, right? When we're in a scary situation. It basically allows us to survive whatever is trying to hurt or kill us. In Outlast, that simply doesn't exist. Now, I feel like the developers of Amnesia were not even really in trying to start this whole trend. I mean, it's not their fault, but here's the thing. the fight or flight, the fight or flight response, it's like it's something that everyone has, okay? Every human on this planet has it, okay? If you're being chased by something scary or something that's trying to kill you, you're gonna tap into it. You may not even know it, but you're gonna tap into it. And in Outlast, it just doesn't exist. And here's the thing. The problem with Outlast is the gameplay is basically unrealistic. It's so goddamn unrealistic and it just frustrates the shit out of me. If I was in the situation that you are in Outlast, I'm not just gonna run and hide. Okay, I'm not just gonna run and hide. Okay, getting killed by some malnourished patient with a 2x4 doesn't scare me when he's chasing and hurting me inside the game. It just pisses me off. When he punches me, I want to just go inside the screen and just choke him to death because, like, it's just really unrealistic. And not only that, but Outlast is not even that scary. Like, the enemies that chase you in this game, they're just really not that scary. Like, my point is, Outlast does suck. This is a bad game. All right, Outlast is a bad game, and the only reason people like it is because it either scared them so much or they love the gameplay or they love the story or whatever. But like, I didn't make this video to trash talk you people, okay? If you like this game like I do, that's fine. And don't forget, I still love the game. I'm about to explain why, but for some reason, like I said, I still love this fucking game. Although it has so many problems and although it pisses me off at times, I still find myself coming back and I still find myself having an urge to just play this game over and over and over again. I've completed this game 532 times already. I started playing this game in around 2015 and I haven't stopped since. So I still love this game, even though it pisses me off so much. I don't know why. Now, let me get back to this whole you can't fight back thing. Okay, this whole mechanic. All right, I'm just going to call it a mechanic. That's what I'm calling this mechanic. You can't fight back. It makes sense to have it in some games. Like, let's look at Amnesia and Visage, for example. Now, in Amnesia, the things that were chasing you in that game, those things were not human. Alright, the monster that chased you in Amnesia, that thing was not human. Okay, so in real life, if that was real, you're not going to try and fight back against that thing. You're going to want to run and hide, right? So it works, okay? The whole you can't fight back thing, it works in that type of situation. And Visage, okay? Visage is another horror game, and one I'd say that's actually better than Outlast and a majority of horror games these days. We all know Visage, great PT-inspired game. It makes sense, okay? The whole mechanic, the whole you can't fight back mechanic, it makes sense to have that in Visage because the things in Visage that chase you are simply not human, okay? You're being chased by ghosts and demons in that game. So you're not going to try and fight back against something like that because it's too scary and it's otherworldly. So there's no sense trying to fight back against something like that because it's otherworldly. So it makes sense to have that in Visage. And not only that, but they actually managed to balance it out in Visage with the whole you can't fight back thing. And I wish more horror game developers would do this. Okay, if you want to add this mechanic where you can't fight back, that's fine, but there should be two mechanics, okay? You should be able to fight back while at the same time not being able to fight. Like, you should be able to fight back and not be able to fight back according to some situations, okay? Now, say in Visage, like, there's scenes in Visage where you're being chased and you can't fight back just like in Outlast. But then, I believe in the second chapter of Visage, Lucy's chapter, an Insidious friend, you're being chased by a demon, okay? There's like this demon that chases you around the house and you have a camera. And essentially what you can do with this camera is if you flashlight the camera at the demon, that'll make it go away for a little while. It's basically Fatal Frame. And another game done this as well called Infliction Extended Cut, which is a really good haunted house game, by the way. Like, essentially this is balancing, okay? This is developers balancing the whole you can't fight back thing, because here's how it should go. You should be able to fight back at least a little bit. And another thing I want to say about Visage is, like, some people say, well, if you could just like constantly like use your camera to like use the flashlight and make the demon go away, then it's not going to be scary anymore. Well, here's the thing. You could only use your camera against the demon so many times before it starts to eventually catch up to you, and eventually it's going to kill you. All right, you only have so many tries, and the game is not actually telling you to just keep like using your camera to like, fight the demon, okay? You're only using this as a way to like, run away for a while, because like you can't keep just using your camera because like obviously that would make the player overpowered. or it just wouldn't be scary anymore. You could only use your camera so many times to fight back against the demon, and that adds tension because the player knows that the player could only do this so many times. They could fight back so many times before the demon eventually catches up to them. And in Infliction, you're being chased by a spirit, right? Infliction done this so good because in Infliction, you could use your camera against the ghost, and that'll make it go away for a little while, but eventually it's gonna come back more pissed off. That's where developers actually balance this whole thing out where you can't fight back. Okay, in Outlast, you can't do anything. Like, you literally can't do anything. All you could do is just run away and get hit and just run away and eventually get killed. And when you get killed, there's so much frustration. And I feel like they had so many opportunities to balance this whole thing out in Outlast. Like the bigger enemies like, Chris Walker or Wall Rider, those are the enemies that you shouldn't be able to fight back against. But like the patients or the variants or even Dr. Trigger, this man right here, these are enemies that you should be able to fight back against at least a little bit. Because like I was saying in Visage and Infliction, like they were able to balance it out because in Visage you could use your camera to fight back against the demon only so many times, but eventually it's gonna kill you. But like the thing I'm trying to say is at least in Visage, at least you could fight back a little bit. Like in Visage, they let you fight back at least a little bit. So like you were able to fight back a little bit, all right? So it was more realistic and it felt better because like I feel like Outlast just makes you feel way too helpless and it's just so unrealistic. Like this mechanic, the whole where you can't fight back thing, it doesn't belong in a game like Outlast because it's unrealistic. The enemies in this game are human, so you're not gonna have the urge to want to run away. At least to me. Okay, when I get killed by one of the enemies in this game, it just feels frustrating, and the game makes me feel like a wimp. It doesn't make me feel helpless, it just makes me feel like a wimp. It makes me feel like I'm just a dumbass who doesn't even know how to defend myself. At least in other horror games, they are able to balance this out. They're able to balance this feature out where you can't fight back. They balance it by making it where you could fight back a little bit. And the game is not encouraging you to just always do that 90% of the time. The game is doing that so at least you could defend yourself a little bit so you don't feel like a helpless moron like you do in this game. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and this is essentially why I hate Outlast, because it's just so unrealistic. But you know what? For some reason, I still love this game. The running is fun. It's fun running from the enemies. I just don't like it when I get killed because it's just so unrealistic. The game is very unimmersive, very, very unrealistic as well. It's just really annoying. But yeah, guys, that is why I made this video. And like I said, Amnesia started a really bad trend here because like so many horror game developers are just going out there and saying this, oh, you can't fight back, because people love that. I mean, no, that's not what you should do. If you're gonna do that, at least balance it, like the developers of Visage and Infliction did, because they were able to balance this out in their game. Even Layers of Fear 2, which had a couple chase scenes, has the same problem. I just wish developers would stop doing this with their horror games where you can't fight back. If you want to make the player feel a little helpless, that is completely fine. I encourage you to do that. But at least add a couple of ways to fight back a little bit. And it's not like we're actually killing the enemies, or the things that are chasing us. We're just defending ourselves. But like the monsters or whatever that are still chasing us, we're still scared of them. You don't gotta make us feel completely helpless to actually scare us. And Outlast just really overdoes it. But yeah, guys, that is why Outlast sucks and why this is probably one of the worst horror games ever. Just really bad, really unrealistic, and really stupid. I still love the game, but that's just my thoughts. If you guys still want to be dickheads in the comment section, go right ahead, because you guys are just making yourselves look really stupid. This is my opinions, and if you still want to be a dickhead in the comment section, then that clearly means that your mother did not teach you how to respect the opinions of others. So that just makes her and you a twat. So yeah, guys, but if you want to be respectful and, like, argue against my opinion, that's fine. I actually want to see what you guys think about this. I want to know what you think about my thoughts and opinions about this whole you can't fight back thing. I think this is a really bad trend, but it could easily be fixed. Just balance it, okay? We should be able to fight back, but at the same time, not fight back. Give us at least a little bit of defense, okay? Just a little bit to make it more realistic. That's all I'm asking for. So yeah, guys, hopefully this is fixed in Outlast Trials. Hopefully Red Barrels realizes that this is stupid. But yeah, guys, be sure to share this video. I want plenty of people to know about my opinions and what I think, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people should know about. But yeah, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really, really thank you for sticking by. If you made it this far, I just want to say just thank you so very much. Huge shout out to you. You're great for watching my video. And, let me know what you think. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. because I'm very curious to know what you guys think about my opinions of this whole issue. But yeah, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I've got a bunch more videos planned. As you guys can see, I'm making more videos, trying to get back out there because I know I've got a lot more subscribers now that are probably waiting for content. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next discussion video or review or whatever. Just, you know. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. More content coming very soon. I will see you guys later. This is Mr. H22 signing off. Bye-bye, guys, and take care.